How's it going, everyone? I am Jeremy Alexander and welcome to another dynamic projectiles video. In this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding in a background color and then we're going to be making an extreme flash. And this is something that I'm really excited about because it's a really cool effect to add to the overall impact of shooting or colliding. And I think that this one is definitely one that we're going to want to use sparingly, but it's still going to be really cool. So to set this up, what we need to do is we need to make another layer. So I'm going to add a new layer, layer 0. I'm going to put it all the way to the bottom, and that's going to be an issue right from the bat because game actually doesn't have a transparent layer. It's not transparent at all. So because we're using the background color of game, we just need to set it to transparent so we are no longer using it. Then for layer 0, we also want it to be transparent since we're adding a background color. What we're going to do is we're going to double click, we're going to add a new sprite, and now this is from my fighting game, so we're going to add a sky background here just to kind of offset our colors so it's not a neutral color whatsoever, it's a nice gradient. Cool, so that should work pretty well, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename this to our background, and we can call this object background, doesn't really matter. And we'll be cleaning up the objects probably in a little bit because I can tell that it's all messy and we never did that for our subfolder management. But what we're going to do now is we're going to add a new layer to this project and we're going to rename this and call it Flash, just like that. And I'm going to actually lock our HUD. And on the Flash layer, what we're going to do is we're going to add a new sprite and we are going to make this completely white. So let's go there. Let's make sure my alpha is 255 and let's color that in white. Now I'm going to be covering this entire canvas like this. And I'm gonna call this object Flash. Now, ironically, that is all we have to do. We don't need to add the flash behavior or anything like that. But what we do obviously need to do is we need to be able to see our level here. So we're going to lock this and then we're going to check it off so it's no longer visible. And that's going to be it for that because now we just need to make it visible and make it not visible. So for example, let's say we want to make this flash effect happen when our bullets collide. So let's go to our bullet collision events. And when our machine gun bullet collides with the wall, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our system. We're going to set the layer visibility of layer flash to be visible. Then what we're going to do is we're going to need to wait because obviously we want it to flash. So we're going to make it wait for about 0.05 seconds and then we're going to set it back to invisible. And that's the effect. Now you're probably thinking, that's the effect. It's an extremely important effect. So let me hit play here and figure out why that didn't work. Let's see. If I hit play again, did my camera events go a little funny? You know what? I know why. That's because this layer is not visible or it is visible on start. So the initial visibility, I got it. It needs to be invisible. There we go. That was confusing. There we go. So now if I hit B to switch to my machine gun, nice. So that's obviously pretty ridiculous and annoying. But what we can do is we can limit that with a variable, or we could just not even do that at all. What we could do is we could cut that out and we can go to our gun, where is it? Gun trigger state. And not even to our gun trigger state. We want to go to our weapon type events and we want to look at this function. And we want a way to actually have this for every single time we shoot. Now we could just put this in here as a blank sub event. And let's see how that works. And there we go. But you can see how that kind of gets old really quickly. So a good weapon type for this might be our laser because that's only spawning every so often and it's going to be a one-off bullet. So let's hit play and let's see how that works. And our rocket might be good for this too. Oh, I actually have to set it to the laser. So let's go to our, and we have to navigate around this here. Where did I put it? Do we remember where I put that event? Let's see. Gun trigger states, is it there? No. Oh no, it's in my debug event. That's where it is. Instead of setting it to the machine gun, we're going to hit choose. And now we're going to pick all of the weapon types that we have. We have a pistol. Actually, for right now, let's just go laser since it's the only one I want to test out. But in a second, we will do that, and I will show you. And let's just set it to the laser. I will show you a actual improvement that I made to the explosion from a good friend of mine. So hit B. There we go. Nice. So that flashes. And we can do the same for the rocket as well. So let's go back to our weapon type events. And let's copy our blank sub event. And the reason it's blank is because the only thing that needs to trigger it is this. And the only reason why I put it in a sub event is because this is kind of getting to be a little bit too long for my liking here. So let's do it for the bazooka event. Let's hit B. And there we created a blank sub event, even though I didn't need to do that. I just had to paste it. And let's hit play again. Actually, let's go back to our debug events. And let's change this. Let's make it a choose event. Let's say choose between the laser, between the bazooka, between the pistol, and between the machine gun. Now, these are the ones that we have, but say we kind of want one weapon to be more favorable or favorited than the other one, I'll put pistol twice. So that way we just kind of have a pistol more often than we have the other ones. And to change it, we're just gonna hit B. So we're gonna hit B a bunch of times until it changes. And there we go. We got our nice explosion going on. It's pretty crazy. So we might need to actually fix our knockback here. We still have to do the knockback fixes, but that's adding a lot. Now, here's the thing with the rockets that I've added in. You can see that I have a much nicer explosion effect thanks to my friend 1113 on the Skira forums and Skira store, where there's just a whole bunch of explosion stuff. This one you can download in the description from here, but check out his stuff. So that's pretty cool. And that's our flash effect. It's a very it adds just that extra impact that we keep going for, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to add more impact effects to a platformer, and people are saying, well, we should make this into a bigger game or something else. And I think that's where we're going to be heading with this project. We're going to be adding a bunch of more weapon types to this project, but just in general, since it's kind of like begging for an enemy, or it's begging for a level or something like that. If you have artwork that you might want to submit, or if you might want me to use, please let me know and get in touch with me, because that would be really cool to use some pixel artwork like this, where we can just make a crazy project or game together. Something like that would be really fun. We're pretty much going into depth in everything here, from the music management to the cameras to the rockets to the flat, like all the just really cool effects is what we're going to do. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and be sure to leave a comment below if you have some artwork that you want me to use or future videos that you want me to make. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm Jeremy Alexander, and I'll see you in the next one.